After heavy flooding up north in areas like Kentucky, there were a lot of people who were concerned here about the water coming down the Mississippi River. The river just crested and will slowly begin falling over the next couple of weeks. State climatologist Jay Grimes initially believed that the Bonnie Carey spillway would need to be opened to relieve swelling on the river, but says that will no longer be necessary.
That was right on the borderline, but it looks like the river flows are going to stay below the threshold to open that. So there's some good news there as well. Impacts, yeah, we've seen some sand boils, maybe some seepage along the levee, but that's not anything unusual. So for Louisiana, we're in pretty good shape. And in North Louisiana, in Vicksburg and at Natchez, the river's already started to fall. So we'll start to see the lower portion of the Mississippi here in Louisiana. That should start to fall by the middle of next week.
The Atchafalaya is also at or near its crest, but coastal areas like Morgan City should still see a couple of inches more rise before things start to dip back down. While we were lucky to avoid any significant flooding, our neighbors to the north were not as fortunate. In early April, some parts of Arkansas saw more than 15 inches of rainfall.
That flooding inundated the state's waterways, pushing some more than 20 feet over flood stage. That kind of flooding is significantly devastating to farmers. Our friends at the Arkansas Farm Bureau spoke to one man who says the damage is extensive.
It's the deepest I've ever seen the water. We farm rice and soybeans and corn, and I've been farming for 55 years. Now, my son and daughter are both involved, and my son manages the farm, and my daughter can do anything and does everything. When they began to call for the rains, flooding rains, generational floods, we didn't plan anything because we knew what it could do if the rains came. And they did, they came. We have a levee system on the Cache River that protects our farms and it also protects the town of Grubbs. And we have 4 major breaks in that levee, and it will take most of the summer to repair those. The Cache River, there's been levees built all the way up because to farm it, you have to have a levee and you got to have a pumping system, and you can't farm on it without it. It was a domino effect. As it breaks levees, it comes, and then when it goes over Highway 226, you know you're going to get it. And when it filled every field full, then it broke our levees, and we were working every day to save it. The city worked to save it, but you just couldn't do it because the water went straight up when it got to the last field. You can't get 10 to 12 inches of rain and survive it. Landowners are willing to say, do whatever you have to do. We don't mind the water going through our farm fields. We want to keep your houses dry. And so people worked, they volunteered, and they worked together. They made the decision, and the highway department let them cut Highway 37 north of our home here. And that pushed the water over to what we call Skillet Ditch and gave some relief so they could save their town. And we'll miss a crop on probably 3,700 acres that we just won't be able to plant, because if you do and you get a 2-inch rain, it'll wipe it out again. So you can't afford that in times where the prices are already maybe break even or lose money. My first crop loan, I spent $6,200, and now I'm spending $1 million. So that tells what the drastic change in inflation has done to us. And so it's very difficult, and it'll keep you up at night if you aren't careful. We have a hope for the future, but years like this will make you wonder. And so anyway, we'll keep battling. We'll do the best we can and stay with it as long as we can.
Arkansas meteorologists say the state passed double its monthly average rainfall back on April 13th. Those storms also spawned several tornadoes across the state.